So let's go to the source. In the client-side app components, and in the widget edit, we're going to generate a new one here. Let's get back here, and ngGC widget text. Let's put it on left. Okay, and like we can find the widget in our Sublime component. Widget edit, widget text is right here. Right here is a widget text. Let's start from the client side. Let's say from client side. Let me see where we want to start. I want to firstly go to the widget list. No, widget edit. Firstly go to the widget edit. Widget edit, HTML here. Let's add in a case for the text. So it's going to using the tag for the widget text, which is app widget text. This one here. Let's put that into the tag here. All right. Let's try it first. Every time I add some new thing, I'll try if that works. So let's go to localhost 4200. Yeah, I want to make sure that it's linked together first. Then I will change the HTML later. So test 111. This account I created yesterday. All right, let's try to go to new. Seems like I don't have the chooser need to be changed, so the text input can be used. Let's go to the widget chooser to change that over there too. Text input is right here, and let's copy the HTML, replace the text input here, and let's change this HTML into text input. And change HTML here into text. And next step we want to change is on the server side. We want to make sure like we're going to using a new type for the text. So let's go to the module widget schema here. We're going to add in a new type here. It's text. Alright, we're going to have a new type for that, and let's restart the server. Node server. Let's try if that works. So if I hit the text input, I need to log in first because I restarted the server, so it's going to ask me to log in again. Let's go to widget chooser. Let's choose text input here. Oops, F12. Did I get any error here? Yeah, but it's still going to show like the text widget text working, right? Like oh yeah, here I need to change that into text. Yeah, it shows the widget text works. Then we're going to change that the widget text works into something more interesting. So let's go to the widget text in the HTML page. We're going to replace this paragraph into the real widget editor for the text. So let's firstly grab the navbar and the footer to this page. Navbar and the footer. Alright, and the navbar footer needs some parameters over there, so let's copy the same thing in the like the other widget page. Usually they're gonna have the same thing, so they will have the UID, WID, PID, and it's going to import the same libraries. Import the same library, same component to this one, same service, and let's also copy the constructor. All right. And in ng init, we're going to initialize the value as usual, as other, same as other file. So we initialize the UID, WID, PID, widget ID, and finding the widget. Right? Those are the things we need for to initialize. We need those values allows us to navigate around, and the remove function will always like the same. For the update, it may need to change. Don't copy it right now and make sure it's showing. Yeah, it's showing everything, and seems like I'm getting an error here. So let's see what it talks about. It's saying cannot really invite of undefined. Yeah. The reason we have that is because we have a disable here. So it's like a f the invalid, but we never define f here yet. So let's go to the next step. We're going to create the form body of it, like what properties we need for the text widget. Let me see if I have an image of that. Actually, I don't. Give me a second. Let's see if I can give you an example of how it should look like. Okay, so I'm just grabbing my old assignments, just to let you know like how the text input should look like. All right, let's try to log in. So if I create a text widget, I will need a name for that. It's not required, but the text is going to be required. Like so it's going to be is it going to be a text? It's a place and a rows and a placeholder, and there's a selection for formatted or not. So if I just give a name 123 text 123, number of rows is 1, and the placeholder is 123, and it's crazy that one. See what's going to be it looks like. It's going to look like an input. Seems like I don't need the text here. It's not really showing anything. Yeah, we're not going to have a text here. Yeah, okay, it's not correct. It shouldn't have a text because it's going to be an input field, so it shouldn't have a text. So like it's going to have a placeholder, and it's going to be an input field that allows user to type input. And the formatted here, right now it's like we're not selecting it. If we select this format, let's see what's going to be changed. So it looks like a QL editor, we'll enable those features for the user when the formatted is selected. Like the user can choose those things they want to use. Okay, to change the syntax, helps them to format their input. All right, and for the rows, when the rows equal to 1 and the format is not selected, we are going to put input here. But when the rows is bigger than 1, we are going to make a text area here. Right? Let's say the rows is increasing. Make 2 lines here, and when rows equal to 3, it's getting bigger. Right? We're going to make a text area here. and the rows are going to be the initialized initial rows for this input, and the user can manually change that. Okay. So that's a text error. Yeah, so basically we're going to need a name, need a rows, and need a placeholder, and also need a formatted button here, like with this selected, and we're going to give a query editor. Otherwise, we just give a normal input field or normal text area. So let's make this page. Okay, so first let's create a container for everything. Div class is equal to container fluid, and we're going to have our form here. Let's make the comments outside. This is our form. So if you take a look at that, we're going to have a main form here, and have a checkbox here, and then we're going to have two buttons on the bottom. So let's create a form here. Right? So it should be really easy to create some input field. Let's firstly say ng submit. So when I submit this form, we're going to call the function update, and it's given name to give ID to this form. ID is a widget form, and name is a ng form. Alright, and in the body we're going to using the form group to create different groups of it. Class is equal to form group. The first one will be about name, so let's create a label for that. Label name, and it's going to be an input. The type of it is a text, and the name of it is just name. And we're going to have a placeholder saying this is a name of the widget. You can just copy the name field from the other widget you have, like in HTML. You can just copy this one over there. I just want to make it again. And ng model is going to equals to the list of widgets. The name, so it's just widget name, and also we're going to say name is equal to our ng model, and let's use a class on it. Let's use a class is equal to the form control to make it looks better. Here is our first input field. Let's go here. Oops, it's not showing. Something wrong with it. A form is not closed. Form is closed here. What? Is that maybe because? Oh yeah, here I'm missing a close quotation here to close the update function. Yeah, it shows here. This is my name input field, and we're going to have more. So let's copy this and making a second one. The second one will be the rows, right? It allows the user to choose like how many rows they want for that. We don't really need the text. It's going to be input field, so we don't really need the text. Rows. So let's create that. Okay, it's going to be the second one. Its label of that is just rows, and the type of it should be changed into numbers. And the name of it will be rows. Placeholder, rows of the widget. Or say there's a number of rows. number. Let's make it capitalized. Number of rows. ng model is going to widget to the rows. And the name of it will be this name. You should change this one into rows. Okay. And that we should be able to showing is right now. Yeah, rows, and we can change the number of it. The solo one, let's check what we need to have. We need to have a placeholder. Yeah, we're going to have a placeholder here. Let's add a placeholder. Let's copy this one. Actually, let's copy the name. It's closer to what we need. So it's going to be placeholder. The type is text, which is correct. Name will be placeholder. And the placeholder is just a placeholder for the widget of the widget. And ng model is equal to widget the placeholder. And the placeholder is equal to ng model. All right. So let's take a look. Yeah, we have the name, rows, placeholder. Right. And the next thing is a checkbox for the formatted. Let's create a checkbox here. So it's really easy. Let's go to the file here. Let's copy this placeholder and paste it here. So what we need is change the type. Let me see. Right, let's change the type of it. Let's change the type into checkbox. Name will be formatted. Let's change this label first. Formatted. Name is formatted. Placeholder is we don't need a placeholder for that because it's not going to be an input field there. ng model, it will be widget the formatted, and formatted is equal to the ng model. Let's take a look how it looks like. Oops, it looks like that. Let's remove the class from control here. See how it looks like. Actually, I want to make it smaller than the one showing here. It's that kind of like too big, not necessary. Yeah, I just want to make it like that. So it's going to be a selection to allow you to select formatted or not. All right. Okay, and we need two buttons. One is to delete, and another one to cancel. So let's create two buttons here. The first one is going to be a button. Class is equal to btn danger, and a btn block. So for this button, let's change the type of this button into just button. So it won't submit the form. And the text here we just delete. Like when I hit this button, I want to delete this current widget. And so when I click it, it's going to call the function remove, right? Like the remove function going to help us remove the current widget. Yeah, I have the remove function here. Let's create another button. Let's copy that. Let's remove this one. I want to make the color of it into a warning. btn warning. And when I click this one, I just want to do a easy router link. I want to router link to the previous page. Let's copy some code from the other widget. Here I think I also have a router link. I have submit delete. There's no cancel button. Okay, so let me do it by myself. So route link, we are going to go to /user and /user ID, and then the website and the website ID and the page ID. Oops. And then widget. Yeah. And this should be called cancel. Let's take a look. Okay. Yep, I think that's good enough. Cancel button, navigate me back. Here is a widget. Okay, then we're going to make it the update function. Right, we all have a remove function, but we don't have the update function there yet. Let's copy this update function from the widget HTML, or like from other widgets. It all looks like same. I'm actually similar. The widget form is have error because I haven't copied the view chart of it. The view chart. Let's put it here. Okay, and we're going to we're not getting the text. We're going to getting the name, and we're going to get the rows. Let's copy that. Placeholder. And formatted. Is this how it's spelled formatted? No. And what we need is yeah, that's it. Rows, placeholder, formatted, and we're going to create those variables. It's coming in because we don't have those variables available here. Let's remove the text. We're not going to have a text, and we're going to have rows. It's a number, and we're going to have the placeholder. It's a string. Also, we're having the formatted. It's a boolean. Let's remove the text here. Update the widget. It's going to have the rows. It's going to be this star rows, and the placeholder is going to be this star placeholder. Formatted. This formatted. So it's telling me an error because we don't have those fields really in the model. So let's add in those fields in the model. In the models widget, it's going to add in them. So we're going to add in the rows. It's kind of optional, which is a number. And we have the placeholder. It is optional and it's a string. Also, we're going to add in the formatted. Formatted. It's boolean. Right. Okay, and let's see. No error anymore. Looks like it's good. All right. Next step is going to go to the server and in the same model for the server side. Remember, we have two models: one to format the client side, and another one to format the server side, which is which is a schema here. Let's adding those things into schema. We have the rows, it's a number. We have the placeholder, it's a string. We have the formatted, it's a boolean. Seems like that's the only thing we need to store the widget. Let's try if that works. Let's restart server. And let's try to submit a widget. Name 1, 2, 3. Rows, only one row. Placeholder, this is a test. Formatted is equal to true. Click OK. That's going to log in. Maybe submit it. Let's take a look at our database. See if we have that there. The command prompt, Mongo, show DBs. Let's make the text bigger so you can easily see that. Change the font in 28. Oops, I should change the property. It's getting smaller. 72. All right, it's bigger. So let's try that. Use web maker. Show collections. All right. DB the widget, the find, the pretty. Should be the latest one here. Okay, I just created the one here. Say the ID. And the widget type is equal to text. Have the page ID, have data created, and it has a formatted, which is true. Name equal to 1, 2, 3. Placeholder equal to this is a text, and the rows equal to 1. Seems like that's the only thing I need. Let's log in again. Try to change it. Website. Let's try to change this. Change the formatting into black and into force. Let's click OK here. Let's see how it looks like right now. The formatting become force. Yeah, it seems like that's the way I want it. So the only thing I need to do is make it showing on the widget list. Right now it's not showing anything because we're not adding the switch case for that. So let's go to the widget list to make it showing the correct format based on the property it has. Let's go to the components, widget list HTML. It's adding a case for it. So text input div. Copy this one. When they equal to the text, we're going to show something here. So remember, like we're going to check if the formatted is on or off, and also we need to check how many rows there are. So if there's more than one row, we're going to show a text error. Otherwise, it's going to be a input. Let's see. Let me think about it. So let's add a div here, and this is going to be a Creole editor, and it's going to have some attribute here. So first thing is we're going to see the name of it is text, and it is binded with okay, now don't need to bind with anything. Just the Creole editor will be good enough. Just a Creole editor, empty Creole editor will be fine. And the div. The data here, yeah, we need to bind the data to some properties we have here. I can bind it with use a two-way data binding. ng model is equals to the widget text. Like a user input these things, we want to store that. And let's add an ngIf to it. ngIf. We only want to show this when the widget formatted is equal to true. And let's add any other divs here. The second div will be about input. Type is text. Name is also use text. Let's say placeholder is equal to widget.placeholder. Class form control to make it showing in a better way. And we only want to show this when there's any ngIf here. ngIf. We only want to show you when the widget formatted is equal to false. And widget row is equal to 1. Okay, widget row is equal to 1. Let's add another div. This is for the text area. Let's add a value for this one. Value is equals to widget.text. Yeah, still have a text there. Like if the user input something, you want to record that. Div ngIf. So for this one, we're going to say, not going to be here. It's going to be in the div. Let's copy this. Let's copy this ngIf here and modify it a little bit. We're going to say when the format is equal to false, but the rows bigger than 1. Okay, text area. So it's going to have the same placeholder. Seems like I placeholder. Here I have some typo here. It should be placeholder. Let's copy this. Placeholder is equal to, which is a placeholder, and the class is equal to form control. What else? Yeah, so in the middle of the text area, we're going to see the widget.text. That's a value for that. Seems like that's and the rows. Rows is equal to widget.rows. Yeah, let's try it. Do I get any error here? Nope. Let's try to, when the format is equal to false and the name 1, 2, 3, this is test. Let's click OK here, and it's not showing anything. What's wrong with it? Let's try to delete it and make a new one. Oh, delete it is not working. Oh, it's working, but it's kind of slow here. There. Let's also delete this. Let's try to make it clean. Let's try to create a new one for the text input. Name is, yes, quiz 1. Row is 1, and hit OK here. And it's not working. I'm getting an error anywhere. Let's take a look of the server. Okay, here I'm getting an error. Cut the booting failed. for value empty and pass formatted. Empty, but it's not empty. It's kind of like just false. Let me see. So in my code, let's go to the widget editor. Take a look of that. Widget text, there's here. Let's say the default value is equal to false. That's this default value. And when I try to update it, just getting this the widgets form the value formatted. Let's try to console log it. Console.log this stuff formatted. See what's going on here. Oops, where did this come from? I didn't have that. Let's delete this. Let's try to create a new one. 1, 2, 3. Rows is equal to 1. I'm getting nothing. Here is printed out. It's printed out as empty. It shouldn't be empty. Yeah, that's because I didn't enter anything. So let's add an if here. If can I cast it into a boolean? Is this working? Let's see. Let me try that first. Make sure it works. It's not working. Okay, so let's add an if here. So if there is a value for this widget form, then we set up this formatting equal to that. Otherwise, just keep the default value false to it. Yeah, let's do it this way. Let's try it. So name 1, 2, 3, rows 1. Let's hold on 1. That's good. Okay, and it works. So we only update it to the value when there is a value. Otherwise, just keep it false. Why is it selected? It was false. Let me take a look. So let's try to console log, check it. What's wrong with it? Let's remove this console log here. Adding a console log in the ng init. Console.log this widget. Yeah, it's console log this widget. Okay, that's a widget. The formatted equal to false, and it's selected, but it's false. Why do you select it when it is equal to false? Let's add an if here. No, not if. Let me see. Think about it. Let's add an if here. Let's see. If this the widget the formatted, if it that equal to it's not it. If that is equal to false, then we want to set up um, cannot do that because it is let's try that. Okay, you give me some trouble here. How can I make that? The null? Can I try that? Okay, it works. So when it equal to false, I just want to set it to null. So cause that's because the checkbox only unselected when it equal to null. When it is false, it's still selected. Okay, we solved this issue here, but why it is still not displaying on our screen here? Let's inspect that. Actually, I cannot inspect that. It's not showing anything. There's nothing showing here, and I don't get any error here. That's interesting. Let's restart the server, and make sure it works. Let's restart the server. Here, node server. Refresh. It's going to ask me to log in again. Test 111. It's not showing anything. Do I get any error? Nope. But nothing is showing here. Let's see. See the code of the widget list. When it equals to text, we're going to show the stuff here. And which case it is right now? It should be, in this case, rows equal to 1. Well, let's ending hello here, see if that's showing. H1, hello. It's not. Interesting. That may because let's ending outside of it. Ending here. H1, hello. It's not showing. Then just which case text. It's not text. TXT. And it's checking our database. I believe that's a text, alright? That's text. Which type is text. It's not showing. What's wrong with it? Let's try to comment them out. when they equal to text, I just want to show a hello here. Not showing. That's weird. I have ng4 here for widgets of the widgets. Which widgets we're going to show the icon, and it depends on the widget type. Let's for each widget. Let's firstly try to show the widget the widget type. See what's wrong with it. It is text. It is text. I have typo here. Text. It is text. It is text, but it's not showing. What's wrong with it? Let's restart the ng-serve, see if there's anything wrong with the client side. I don't see any issue with my code there yet. ng-serve. Let's restart ng-serve, see if anything wrong with Angular. That's my widgets. Let's try to console log these widgets. Actually, I don't need to really console log it. I know it is there, but it's not showing. What's wrong with it? Not getting any error there. And it's not showing. Why? It's not showing here. What's wrong with it? Just have H1 here, nothing really special. Okay, I fixed that. I don't really getting any error. I don't know what's wrong with it. I need some console log. It's going to be the only way to fix that. Widgets. There's only one of them, and the widget type is text. I'm getting the data. Why you are not showing here? Try to inspect it. See if I can find it here. Body. In the body, we have the absolute widget list. That's my text area, and it's empty. Where is my H1 I added there? It's not showing here. What? And I cannot add it by that. That's weird. I didn't save this file? I don't think so. I saved it. Definitely saved it, but not showing. Yeah, I stop right here. I take a look what's wrong with it. But this is basically how you're gonna do that, and you can try if you're gonna meet the same error as me, and I'll try to fix this error. Okay, let me firstly stop recording.